back to another video. Today I am doing a Dear Younger Self. It's going to be the first of many Dear Younger Self videos. I plan to do them in chronological order as it relates to my personal life. So hopefully you're able to take away something. Hopefully you're able to be uplifted and enlightened. And if y'all have any questions, leave them down below in the comments. I'm here, honey. The first episode is going to be about monsters and how there's no such thing. Monsters is a pretty interchangeable word. Some people may call them villains. Some people may call them bad people. In the case of relationship-wise, they may be called fuck niggas, fuck girls, fuck boys, all of that, all those good stuff. First and foremost, I want you to think about your worst hurt and think about the person who did that to you. And I want you to think about what you think about that person today and what you thought about them during, before, and after the hurt that they caused you. And it's a hard thing to do, but I want you to sympathize with the person who hurt you, because there's a root to everything. There's an explanation for everything in this world except for the devil's lies or the devil's truth. Okay, so the person who hurt you, in the context of the situation that they hurt you, let's take for example a failed relationship. Was tea. So let's say that your partner ends up cheating on you during the course of your relationship. Most women would be angry, and they have every right to. I'm not here to excuse behavior. I'm not here to excuse bad behavior, bad mistakes. I'm only here to show you that these people are not as big and bad as you've thought them up to be. Don't give them all that, because it's not that serious. So when I think about the men of this generation who cheat a lot, serial cheaters, I think of low self-esteem. There's a lot of boys out here who don't have relationships with their moms, who don't have relationships with their fathers. And relationships with your parents, with your relationship with a mother, between a mother and a son, or a father and a daughter, you can live without it, but these are foundations. These are heavy pillars in your life that get laid at an early age. These are fundamental pillars that are pretty much essential. So when you lack in that department, it does show, it is expressed, because your parents not only build you emotionally, they build you spiritually. So when there's neglect, when there's abandonment, when there's abuse, all of that is ingested by your spirit man and spewed out into the physical. It can be through violence, it can be through depression and sadness, it can be through hurting yourself, it can be through eating, it can be expressed in the physical in a number of ways. So that cheating man is actually a little boy still hurt from his mama or his daddy because they didn't pay enough attention to him. Now let's take for instance another scenario, and these are all scenarios that happened to me here. So let's take another scenario, and let's go back to the rumors. Ooh, yes. Only two that I know of, at least. So it was this girl. Okay, story time. It was this fine chocolate dude, and he was upperclassman. He was a boy. And you know, he was really cute, and he was pretty popular. I wouldn't call myself popular in high school. I'm sure people knew me, but I didn't really associate with enough people to fill up one hand. So that was me. But anyway, So anyway, I had my heart set out on him. So I plotted, he fell in, and he ended up asking me out. And we hung out or whatever. Nothing happened because I was celibate. And then his best friend, this girl who was in my grade, she went and started a rumor that I had given him. Girl, I'm even shocked my damn self. Girl, I can't. Anyway, she had made up a rumor that I had done something with this boy. Mind you, this boy and me, we both know nothing went down. Nothing. Not a goddamn thing. So I went to him, I charged him up, and I was like, yo, why are you telling people XYZ? He was like, that wasn't me. So I ended up finding out the girl who started the rumor, and I wanted to fight her. I was really angry with her, and I just couldn't understand why you would, like, you barely even know me. I confronted her and everything. I was calling down her phone, I was stalking her at school, I was running, like bumping into her in the hallway, like, what's up, because, you know, if you can dish it, then you can take it. That. And for me, I guess what I was working through is, like, as a woman, since like the dawn of time, self-preservance is a big deal. So when somebody's throwing something on you or tarnishing your reputation like that, like, I feel like when it comes to sex, it's a big deal for a woman. You can be seen as a hoe, you can be seen as a plethora of words that mean the same thing. I don't understand why she would go around lying, and I honestly don't believe that she even understood how significant her lie was, because it got to the point where let's just say I wanted to fight. So you know, and I figured she would get that as a woman, and I guess that's kind of why I was more so angry with her, because, you know, women are in a constant battle against society, trying to make sure that their reputation isn't tarnished, and trying to make sure that their reputation is prestige and up to par, you know. And for her to just go out and lie, blatant, straight up lie, just did not make sense to me. Like, because a lie like that, it goes into a lot of different areas. It goes into my integrity, it goes into my character, it goes into my mindset, it goes into a lot of different things. So I was really affected by it, and I was really hurt by it, because I don't know why I couldn't understand why she would say something so damaging. That's a lie about something so damaging, straight up, with no remorse. So hindsight being 2020, I know, like, I can figure out why. You know, she was a bigger girl, she never had any boyfriends or whatever. Not saying that I'm not trying to be vain, because I am in no way, shape or form do I look perfect, or am I perfect. But I do feel like it stemmed from jealousy. I do feel like it stemmed from low self-esteem, and that's kind of how I was able to forgive her, because when you have low self-esteem, and that's kind of how I was able to forgive her. Girl, no, she lied, but she lied because she doesn't feel good about herself. She lied because she's not comfortable in her own skin. And, you know, everybody's been there. Everybody's been there. When you can sympathize with someone who's hurt you or wronged you because you've been in the same boat, or you've passed by the same boat, or you're currently in the same boat, it's so much easier to understand where they're coming from. It does not excuse the behavior, because homegirl still lied, homegirl still spread a rumor, homegirl almost got dropped. But it does make it easier to be able to say, you know what, this person is a hurt person, and for that I can forgive them. Like nothing. So there's that. So like with every story, I believe there's a backstory. There's always a root to every bad behavior, and most of it is spiritual. You know what I'm saying? So if your spirit man ain't good, starts to manifest on the outside and begins to attack other people and affect their lives, that's inexcusable, but it's understandable, because you have something much bigger than what you're spewing out on the inside, something much more uglier. And that's how like I'm able to forgive people who wronged me. And you know, I've had a couple people wrong me, and I have forgiven them totally, wholeheartedly, because at the end of the day I see like their brokenness. You know what I'm saying? We've all been broken, we've all been hurt, we've all been lost. And when you realize that everybody's in the same boat as you, it's so much easier. Or even the same boat that you've been in before, it's so much easier to just forgive. And not only forgive, but to forgive and love on that person. You know what I'm saying? So no matter what ill things they may throw at you, you just respond with love. And not only do you respond with love, you only feel love to give. You know what I'm saying? So I do want to challenge you, younger self. If you feel that there's any evil people or any bad people in your life, I want you to write them names down. And I want you to think about why that person is where they are. Because the uglier the action, the more ugly the hurt was. So as bad as they hurt you, you need to understand that they are hurting so much worse on the inside. So forgive, love, don't have any hate in your heart. Holding grudges, it's not worth it, because you're going to be mad at somebody who's mad at themselves. What's the point? They already know that they're wrong. They already know that they've done wrong. They already know that they're not living good. Your added animosity, all you're doing is working up yourself and expending more energy than you need to. Just unnecessary energy. So I do want to encourage you to have forgiveness in your heart. I know every day there's a new post on Instagram about white officers assaulting or murdering black folks, and there's a story behind that too. I know it's controversial, but there is a story behind that. These people are fearful because of our pigment, and that's nobody's fault, you know what I'm saying? But that's why people are trying to push that police officers go through psychological training before they're able to carry a gun on their hip. You know what I'm saying? So I do want you to keep that in mind, that murderers, pedophiles, cheaters, stealers, rapists, they all got a story. They all have a story. And holding on to that hurt, it's not going to do nothing for you but make you stress you out. And you know what stress does? Stress makes you gain weight. Stress makes your hair fall out. Stress doesn't allow you to focus on the actual real meanings of life. Stress blinds you from seeing the beauty in life. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times we rush through life and we don't stop and smell the roses, or don't stop and look at the sky, or don't stop and hear the birds chirping, or look at the beautiful insects. And well, insects ain't pretty. I don't know why I say insect, but you get the picture. But there's so many more beautiful things in life than to be sitting, stressing, worried about how somebody hurt you. Forgive, let it go, get it off your spirit. Stop letting it weigh you down. Stop walking around with it in your purse. You feel me? Let it go. But that don't mean be stupid now, because you can't help nobody that ain't helping themselves. That's for sure. God is supposed to get the glory, not you and God. Nah. So if they're not looking to help themselves, leave them where they laying at. Don't wake them up, don't disturb them, let them keep doing what they doing. Don't try and impede on anything, because you might end up slowing them down, slowing their progress down, and in return they might end up hindering yours because they're so toxic. Not that they want to be, but that's just what life has dealt, and that's the choice that they've made, you know, because there's always two routes, you know what I'm saying? You can either go this way or you can go that way. And if you plan on going left, and you plan on making something of yourself, and you plan on using your hurt and your pain as a stepping stone to propel yourself forward, then yo, you're going in the right direction. But if you go right and you hold on to that hurt, you feed that depression, you feed that anxiety, you feed that pain, you're only going to be stuck in your mess. You're going to be like a pig on his back in the mud. And there is nothing cute about that. There's nothing progressive about that. There's nothing edifying about that. You can't read in the mud. You can't progress in the mud. You can't encourage anybody in the mud for yourself. You're not living for yourself. You're living for the kingdom of God. And all your actions are added on to the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? So how are you going to promote the kingdom of God when you still can't get over something that happened to you 10 years ago? It's best to remove it from underneath the bed where you have it stashed all nice and neatly. Open them junk up and start sorting through it like you sort through bills that you don't want to look at. Sort through the hurt, sort through the pain. Understand why things happen. Understand that that everything happens for a reason. That everything had to pass through God before it got to you. So and if you believe in the Bible, and you believe that all things work together for your good, and you believe that you serve a God who will give unto you more than you can ask or think, then you should know that, yo, this was just another event in my life that's gonna push me forward. This is another situation in my life that's not gonna hinder my growth, but it's actually gonna make me grow exponentially. So, younger self, I challenge you to forgive everyone who hurt you and sympathize. Open your heart to sympathize with them, because you may never know what struggle that they went through, what hurt that they went through. Love you. All to think about you.